Hello, YouTube world. My name is Lance Wright. Many will recognize me as Zipzoptherapy from TikTok and Instagram. I'm a practicing licensed clinician that specializes working with people that have experienced toxic relationships and narcissistic abuse. Hit the subscribe button if you would like to follow me, if you would like to take a deeper dive into the world of toxic people with the mission of inspiring, educating, and healing. The DSM-5, or the Diagnostic Statistical Manual, was released in 2015 that created an additional way for clinicians to diagnose 6 of the 10 personality disorders. This was called the alternative model. The newest revision, the DSM-5-TR, was released in 2022 and had no changes to the 2 models. The new alternative diagnostic model was developed with the focus of personality impairment functioning level and takes a deeper dive into pathological traits as opposed to the traditional categorical model. So, what are the similarities and differences between the 2 diagnostic models for personality disorders? On balance, both the categorical model and the dimensional model, or the alternative model, contain similar diagnostic criteria. Now, more importantly, here is the primary difference that the new dimensional model has added. There is now guidance for a level of functioning that specifies 4 different areas. These include identity, self-direction, empathy, and intimacy. Clinicians are able to reference the level of impairment ranging from little or no impairment to extreme impairment. Now, what I believe is very helpful about this guideline is that the DSM clarifies that to be considered a personality disorder, at least 2 of the 4 impairment areas need to reach a moderate level of functioning impairment. In other words, someone may have some impairment in identity, self-direction, empathy, or intimacy, but doesn't meet the diagnostic criteria for a personality disorder because it has to meet the moderate level. The dimensional model also adds in criterion B that personality disorders have at least 1 of 5 pathological personality traits. This is different than the old model. These domains include negative affectivity, detachment, disinhibition, antagonism, and psychoticism. These personality traits come from the well-researched Big 5 personality model. The DSM then drills down into 25 different subtypes, or what's called facets, of the different domains. Let's take narcissistic personality disorder as an example. The maladaptive trait for NPD is antagonism, with the facets or subtypes of attention-seeking and grandiosity. Now, there are also 4 other facets under antagonism that is not necessary for a diagnosis of NPD. These would include manipulativeness, deceitfulness, callousness, and hostility. What is known about personality disorders is that these people will often have traits that are also maladaptive, but don't meet the full criteria for another personality disorder. This is where the term of a malignant narcissist usually comes into play. A malignant narcissist is not an actual clinical diagnosis, but it's an academic term usually meant to reference a narcissist that has additional antagonistic traits of manipulativeness, deceitfulness, callousness, or hostility. A clinician can now provide a diagnosis of NPD with identifiers of additional maladaptive pervasive traits. There is still a lot of research to be done and additional understanding that is needed in the field of personality. The understanding of personality disorders is truly still in its infancy when compared to other sciences. I believe the dimensional model takes steps in the right direction by providing clarity of the disorders and will evolve as more quality research is undertaken.